These days I've been watching some videos about the Ketu in the first house, and based on what I gather from those videos, Ketu in the first house makes a great monk. All those monks, those great monks who detach from all the worldly affairs, they high probably that have this kind of placement in their chart. Because those people with the Ketu in the first house, they detach from the worldly affairs, they isolate themselves, they enjoy being in the hermit mode. And these people, they are also not in their body. Most of the time they are out of their body, because Ketu it creates the distance with the body, and because Ketu means headless, so this also gives them a little forgetfulness, like those people who check whether they lock the door again, like those kind of people, a little clumsiness, a little forgetfulness, so they feel like they have to check all the time whether they did the right action that they need to do. And so these people, although they, despite they need space, they need their freedom, they need their space, still they will try to connect with others, because Rahu is in the 7th house. So in this lifetime, their test is to connect with other people, because in the past lives they always been by themselves. They indulge by being in their own company. They didn't need other people. They were independent. They were freedom loving, liberation loving, spiritualist monks who detach from all the complexities of this world. But this lifetime, they need to try to connect with other people, to learn the maybe lessons they need to learn in this lifetime. And so these people, all they want is spirituality, liberation, freedom. And this placement brings, no matter which sign their sun is, it exalts the sun in the chart. So having Ketu in the first house, it exalts your sun sign, no matter which sign is it, and no matter where is it. And another thing is, because Ketu brings the distance from the body, you need to be conscious about it. You need to consciously embrace your body and exercise, because it's most probably that you neglect your body. It's most probably that you don't really exercise. Your body could be passive, unlike your mind. Your mind is extremely active, but your body can be passive compared to your mind. So you need to balance your body with your mind. You need to let your body catch up with your mind to get away from the anxiety that you're most probably prone to. And another problem this Ketu in the first house creates is attention deficit disorder. It's most probably that people with the Ketu in the first house, you either have ADHD or you have ADD. You have some attention problems, you have focus problem, and you are anxiety prone, and you have focus issues, and also forgetfulness. And so you need to exercise. Do not neglect your body. Exercise and be conscious with your body. And these people, they rarely incarnate. Based on what I saw in some of the videos, it's been said that these people rarely incarnate. They were most probably were sages, some light beings, and it's also it's also possible that maybe they have been in other, it's high possibly that their mind is still in another realms, their real home. And so this earth realm is to them is very strange because this is as they rarely incarnate, it's probably that maybe either this is your first time incarnation in this world, or maybe you have already completed your that's you have already reached the moksha, you already reached the liberation, so freedom, but you just maybe wanted to incarnate again. But where you have been before you came to this earth, that is your real home. So maybe your mind is still in that place. You are still, most of the time, is not in this world. So you are most probably a light being and a sage, or and maybe E.T. who came to this world reality for a purpose. So for you, daily meditation is compulsory. You need to do meditation all the time to align your mind with your body, bring that body consciousness, and consciously remember that you are omnipresent soul. You are an omnipresent soul. And when you create distance with the mind, then you will reach the freedom, because you already don't have you are already have this tendency to not to be in your body. But if you also, through meditation, if you also distance yourself from your mind, that is your way to ultimate freedom, the ultimate liberation. And Ketu in the first house also gives you a deep thinking, and it's quite different. Like the way you think is quite different than others. You are highly imaginative. You are very acute in your pinpointedness in your thinking, and you go into subjects very deeply, and you ponder very deeply into subjects. Like you are a really deep thinker. So you are a very great researcher. But another thing is that you are doing all this deep thinking, all this research. You're not doing it for success. You are just doing it because you're simply curious. You are simply a seeker. And also, Ketu in the first house, not only you are prone to anxiety, attention deficiency, and also speech problems. It's probably that you don't really speak with other people, and so you have speech problems when it's come to socializing, because you are most of the time by yourself, so you don't really speak. It can create speech problems. So you are either a silent achiever, or you are a very pessimist, depressed person. So there is these are some varieties how it can play out in your chart. You are either a silent achiever, maybe a PhD researcher, maybe you will be doing your PhD, and maybe you will be a postdoc or some researcher in some universities, and you will be a silent achiever. Or the other way, if you use it in a negative way, maybe you will be a pessimist, depressed person. So if you can utilize it in a very positive way, since you are a seeker, a deep thinker, you will achieve a lot. And because this placement this placement mostly the yogis have, the monks, those highly spiritual people who want to leave this samsara, those yogis who has this placement. So you also have a very minimalistic life, like you are high achiever with minimalist life. You like simple life, you are very simplistic, your lifestyle is very simplistic, because you just don't want to stuck in this samsara, in this illusion of life. And that's why it's also highly likely that you don't really care about marriage, job, children. Like you don't want to stuck in this samsara, this continuous cycle of life and death and all this. You want to get out of this samsara. So for you, marriage, job, children, they don't really means much. And you also don't want to be under somebody, you don't want to work under somebody, you don't want to get locked up into this kind of like worldly responsibilities. And another thing is you are very perfectionist. So when you do your research and when you think about a project or research a topic, since you are a very deep thinker, you think from all kind of perspective, and so you want to always create perfect things, like you are very perfectionist. And Ketu in the first house, you are either very silent introvert, or it could be that you are ambivert, like you can be introvert and you are sometimes also extrovert, but most probably you are either introvert or ambivert. Like extroversion also could be, but I think most of the people with this placement, they are introverts or ambiverts.